After coming second, it sort of relit a fire that I never knew I had. It taught me a number of things. When my hand was lifted up first place, it meant that much more to me. When I came second, I remember feeling all the feelings that I did, walking backstage, seeing my team, seeing how disheartened everybody was. And that motivated me all year not to put myself and then people through it again. Lifted up first place and walking backstage with that title, with that medal around my neck, and
see all that hard work pay off, you know, training on holidays, training on weekends, you know, when everybody else is off, sacrificing time with the family on both ends, sacrificing time with friends. All of that paid off. I mean, I was in the stands. I couldn't even clap. I couldn't even cheer. I just kind of sat there, you know, when he won the Olympia. It was just like me winning it up there. So
I know how it felt to walk off stage having that second place. All year I trained for that first place, and I give everything I got. Even as the traveling obviously duplicated, and being as I am a Gaspari athlete, I've got contractual obligations, and being as I'm a WIDA contractual athlete, I've got WIDA contractual obligations. So I do a lot of traveling that a lot of fans don't realize, but when it comes to the crunch, and 8 weeks out from the show, it's all about the show. I don't know, a lot of athletes that I compete against, you know, have the luxury to train all year for one show. I don't have that choice. But when I put my head down, it's all for the line. And again, for me, I don't think there's another athlete I stand on stage against that has got my tenacity and my willpower to do what I got to do to win.
Flex's intensity and his consistency. He never, ever has a bad training session. It upsets him. He gets extremely upset. We'll literally go back and do it again if we do. And that's something that I really envy in Flex. He keeps me motivated, and vice versa. We both train the exact same way. They give it 120% every time we're on the floor, and we both have the exact same mindset. It makes it perfect.
His, how should I say this, undying desire to keep going and will never quit. That is one thing about him that really sets him apart from most people. I mean, I've had maybe 2 other training partners who are bodybuilders, who are IFBB pros, but Flex definitely will leave it on the floor in the gym. Yeah.
I've never seen Flex so intense, so zoned in for Olympian, especially this far out. He's been this way for weeks now. I came down and Flex was a different person than when I saw him last time. He's definitely coming for that title. It's coming hard this year.
I've got a great team around me. You know, I've got a lot of people that believed in me from the get-go. You know, I came to this country and Gaspari Nutrition signed me as an amateur athlete. They've had my back since day one.
When we signed him up, the company was in its growth phase, as well as him as a bodybuilder in his growth phase. He was an amateur bodybuilder just winning his class at the British Championships, so he wasn't even pro yet. That year we signed him up. Within a couple months, he won the British Championships, winning in the overall, which then turned him pro.
Now it's 08, and now this is 2013. I'm a beyond proud athlete of Gaspari. Again, they've showed their loyalties to me, and I'll show my loyalties to them to the end of my career. Gaspari Nutrition is family, and I can't speak more highly of.
Truly believes in the brand. He's a guy that when he's out there and he talks about Gaspari Nutrition, he has the same passion as I have. So I look at him as a duplicate of me out there as today's champion.
I'm at the top of my weight class. It's all about refinement. Of course, for me, I know that my weakest area is my chest. So I have actually slammed my chest. I've changed my training, so I've hit my chest significantly in different styles this year. Working with Neil Hill, of course, since I was 19, we've improvised certain training styles and certain methods to bring certain body parts up. And chest this year is going to be a big improvement at the Olympia.
The 212 weight class fits him better because as a 202 athlete, you have to actually shrink down to make that weight class. I see a huge difference in his physique. And what I also see in Flex is he's not just using heavy weights. Just as we were doing our exercises, he really concentrates on the squeeze, on the movements, and really focusing on each body part he trains so that that muscle can be as dense.
Continuation sets, pyramid sets, and all of it is heavy. So the heavier stuff is what actually changed most of my workouts, my training, my body, my physique, my philosophy.
My goal is to come in the best Flex Lewis everybody's ever seen, and to bring a package that nobody's ever seen also.
Flex's physique and his lines are the one thing that's going to set him apart, and everybody knows what I'm talking about from front to back, especially when he faces the rear. It's just unbeatable to me. There's not another look to compare to that. So I think if there was one thing that would set him apart, it would be his symmetry and his lines.
In 2012,
That can beat Flex is Flex himself. I believe that he can own that show for many years.
He's going to be extremely hard to beat. Flex is here to defend his title, and he is not going to give up until he takes that title again. Nobody's going to take that away from him this year. I know that.
I want to keep this title for as long as I possibly can.